Me liking hot chocolate is clearly on brand.
Our first stop in our girls' trip to London is Hampton Court Palace. This place was actually one of my favorites. It was King Henry VIII's home, as well as the home of 6 of his wives and his 3 children.
There was some head chopping happening.
This place is haunted, I heard.
Ooh, and we're here on a spooky day.
Okay, so the last time I was here, I really enjoyed how in-depth they went, and it really is very immersive. I feel like the whole Hampton Court Palace experience, they make it so that you can kind of picture what it would have been like to live here, and also the whole historic aspect of it. You know, I love history, so I'm super excited to be visiting again. This is our map for today. Let's see where we start off. This is one of my favorite parts of the castle, just because it's so fascinating to see how they would conduct these operations. Every single day, there were 2 meals made for 400 people. So this whole thing was such a production. Like, look at these doors. This was just to like keep all the materials. And then we're gonna see more of what they used to do moving on. And I'm sure these were not just like 1 or 2 course meals. They were like multiple courses. So it was a lot. So basically in this area behind me, they would do a lot of the seasoning of the meat. What I learned from this audio guide is that if you were lower down in the hierarchy of royals, you would typically get 1 course of 3 dishes, and then the king would have 2 courses of 40 dishes, just because variety. They ate a lot of meat, and it was seasoned in different ways, so it never really got monotonous. Fun fact that I learned was that that massive kitchen was actually used to make food for all the service people, like the courtiers and all the people that ran the actual palace. The king and queen had a separate chef and separate place where their food was made, and it was like 2 courses of 40 different dishes. So the options were endless.
You like it? Yeah, I like it.
The photo shoot session.
The lighting's good.
It is really good.
So this right here is the chocolate room where they would make chocolate for the kings and queens. And it was a very rare delicacy at the time. One of the queens would have it all day, every day, but mostly they would have it for breakfast. So me liking hot chocolate is clearly on brand. So currently I'm in the Great Hall, and this place was basically a canteen for some of the courtiers, but on certain occasions it also act like a stage where there would be performances that were hosted. So Shakespeare has actually also performed here, and this whole place was built with Anne Boleyn, which King Henry VIII did end up beheading because she didn't give him a son. And there are certain places within this hall where you can still see remnants of her. He had all the remnants eradicated when he beheaded her, but there's a pillar right back there where you can see her initials, which is super cool. So this is where the king and queen would sit. So this tapestry is called The Triumph of Fame Over Death, with that being fame, everything else being death. And there are elephants there because elephants never forget. Isn't that cool? And if you look closely, the guy who made it never saw an elephant, and his ear is different from an actual elephant ear. Here is the council chamber, the bedroom. Okay, how was Hampton Court Palace, guys?
That was fun. Incredible. There's so much history here. I have to say, a pro tip that I think we really got the most out of today is the guides here were amazing. all the guides in the rooms will be wearing a red jacket, and if you just ask them to tell you about the room, they give you so much more information than the free audio guide.
I agree with that. If you don't want to get the audio tour, if it's too dry for you, definitely ask the guides for advice. They had some good stuff.